See, this is how dark it is in my truck. The camera just adjusts to the lighting. It is actually stupid dark. So, we have a little exploring to do today. I don't know if that's what you'd call it. We're gonna try and make a kid's day. So, it's not to, I don't know, not just going to show up and sounding cocky here. We're actually going to get him a first gen. So, it's a kid I've known for a long time. He used to be my neighbor, and I kind of got him into 2-cylinder John Deere's, and he wants a first gen very, very bad. And they went and looked at one last week, and it's apparently pretty nice. Well, not pretty nice, but it's mechanically sound, and that's what I told him he needs to look for. I said, anything else, cosmetics, we can fix, or you can do whatever with it. But as long as it's mechanically sound, I would say it's worth the buy because the price is right. They talked the guy down a little bit, and it was a reasonable price. So I said it was probably worth go ahead and buying it. So that's what we're after today. We're getting ready to head down south, and then we got a little bit of a drive ahead of us, and then we're gonna drive this thing all the way home. So it's been a little while since I've taken a first gen on a trek. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, and then there will be a separate video. Come on, focus. There will be a separate video of us detailing it and kind of, I don't know, making it look a little better. So we'll be putting new fenders on, a new grill on, and then the interior, I'm gonna pull out the bench seat, and we're gonna detail the crap out of it and get it clean and looking good so it's worthy of driving. The rest of the outside, I mean, it can just be washed. And then he's gonna wanna, it's got some sort of black wheels on it that he doesn't like at all, and honestly, I don't either. And he just wants to put some stocks on with the dog dishes and the hubcaps, and I figured that'd be a good decision. But it is a 92 W250, so, and it does have a flatbed, so 4-wheel drive, flatbed, 5-speed. It is NV4500 swapped, I believe. So we'll give the truck a look over and kind of a breakdown after, either after he gets it bought, or whenever we go look at it or something. But I'll have the camera along, and we're gonna try and make a deal happen. So you guys stay tuned, and we're gonna go try and get this thing done. It's dark in here again, so it's evening time, but this is what evening time looks like in the 3rd gen. So I can't see, so we're gonna have to roll that down. All right, so it's better, but we gotta have the windows up. You won't be able to hear me. So me and Chase and his dad just went and got that truck. I drove it an hour and a half home. I can't believe I did it, honestly, because just driving a first gen that far and one that you know nothing about is kind of odd, but hey, it worked out. We drove it back home and it did good. So the deal with it is we're gonna have a couple videos on this truck and use it for a prime example of what to do whenever you buy a first gen. So tomorrow we're gonna work on it, clean it, and all that good stuff, and then just kind of get it tidied up for him. So we're gonna video all that, and just, I don't know, just kind of a little transformation going on, because it came with 2 new fenders and a new grill, because the grill's all busted up, as you guys could see. It has an NV4500 swapped into it. The pump's been messed with, like smoke screws all the way in. It's bad. The pump needs tuned. I think it might have a messed up fuel pin in it, like somebody's did some home grinding and it leaks a little bit from the slide pin O-ring. So I think that might be the culprit. But we're gonna fix them up and try and get this thing just, I don't know, as I don't know, get all the safety features out of the way. So working dash lights, working brake lights, working headlights, working turn signals, all that normal stuff that you really, I mean, you need to have it to be able to register it and all that stuff. And that's what we're gonna knock out first. But yeah, so that's the first video there. Chase is extremely excited. I didn't video him at all, but he was very, very excited to get that truck. It is a 92 LE. It's got the gray interior. It's pretty sweet, but he's gonna change up tires and wheels and stuff like that, and just, I mean, simple stuff, and then just drive it, and that's what it's all about. So happy that I could help get another young kid into a first gen and kind of keep things going. People are veering away from him here lately, and that's actually going to be his first truck, which I think is very cool. Something he can work on. He'll learn a ton about he'll learn a ton about vehicles in general, money, how to, I don't know, what to fix first and what should be a priority and stuff like that. So I'm very happy that I could help him and kind of go over the truck and make sure it's worth it. All right, guys, so day number 2 here with the new first gen of Chases, and we've got a list made of all the safety stuff that we need to go by. So it's mainly just lights. The headlight switch is actually bad, just like in my old truck when I first got it. After about 10-20 minutes, it'll start flickering the headlights. And then obviously turn signals, gonna get a headlight adjuster clip, dome lights, gauge lights, so all these small little bulbs, and then coolant and brake fluid, because the brake fluid for the drums on the rear is a little low, which could explain the sponginess. And we've kind of figured out some other stuff along the way. So the speedometer doesn't work, and it turns out why the speedometer doesn't work is because the thing that threads in the transfer case is completely gone, and that's where it's leaking the gear oil too. So it's right on the other side over here, somewhere on the transfer case. Oh, right here at the end.
Yeah.
That's where it's leaking gear oil, but it turns out that's why the speedometer doesn't work too. So 2 birds, 1 stone. It's not a huge deal. And Chase also has these brand new fenders, so we can probably take these out of the box and get a good look at them. Oh yeah, I'll flip them over, just lay them down on the cardboard. So these fenders actually do look good. That's kind of a problem with whenever you buy new first gen fenders. Some of them are not very good, and these actually come with the holes for the running lights or the side markers, and for the freaking emblems. Yeah, emblems. We checked the fuses to make sure all those were good, and they were good to go. He said the light and the tack does not work, but there should be a light in there. I'm just not sure how to get to it, so I'm gonna look at that and see what the deal is there. And his cargo light is missing from the cab, so I'm gonna let him have the one off the 89 since I shaved my cargo light. And then, so we got a lot of stuff to do today that we can just mess with and get done, but main part is just little stuff. If this thing will focus, and you guys will get a better look at the truck throughout the day and what all we'll do. So you can see right here, this fender's all caved in from the bumper, and then down here it's all rusted. So it's gonna be good to get some new parts on there, and he's gonna figure out what he wants to do with wheels and tires after we get all the regular stuff fixed. And yeah, so we're gonna run to the parts store, get some stuff, and come back and start hacking away at the little stuff and making sure everything works right. So go ahead and rip it off if you want. If it'll come off.
Maybe. Not too worried about damaging it.
Yeah, you gotta pull up above that. There you go. Is there more? How? Literally how? I think there is. Has this got anything to do with anything?
Right there. Oh, wait. Yes.
How? I don't even know how you're supposed to. Mine didn't have any of that. Oh, there we go. Just like that. There's rocks and all sorts of stuff behind there. So there we go. We got the grill off and an ancient bug. We put our new turn signals in here. It looks like somebody's actually messed with this before already. So hopefully those will stay working. Got our new bulbs in, both the new turn signals work. And the clips I was talking about were right up here, if you guys can see that, right in there. And that's why the headlight's facing down. So I got new ones of those, so we're gonna try and fix the headlight. But yeah, there's the OG grill, and it is busted up. And we got the new grill over here, which we're not gonna put that on yet, obviously. But yeah, so there's the new one. And we'll end up putting that on probably very last, because we gotta mess with fenders and stuff like that. But I'm gonna mess with this, yeah. And he does want to plan on getting LED headlights, because I mean they both work. This one's got a bunch of water in it, so probably not gonna mess with it. Just leave it in there, so since it works, so he at least has lights. But this is our next little fix, so we're gonna put a new piece in there, and probably be a lot better off with it not facing at the ground. Then we got a new dome light. We got brake fluid and coolant, so that's what we're gonna mess with next. And we'll just keep moving along. Alright guys, so we are moving along on the first gen here. We got new bulbs. Like I had said earlier, I fixed the gunner. No. Be quiet. But we put the new headlight switch in, which it was pretty bad. It was all burnt up. So we got that fixed. And then we got the new headlight deal in there, so the headlights pulled up and we're good to go there. And Chase is working on seeing what size the starter bolts are. We're gonna pull that starter out and put his new starter in, because sometimes it hangs up. And then finding any luck down there?
Metric.
Think so?
Yeah.
Want like a 17?
Yeah. 5/8 is too small. 11/15 is too big.
Here. Try that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down in the drawer. There's that top drawer.
Yeah.
And get me 17.
Oh, I didn't even see any in here.
Yeah, those are 1/2 inches.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be the next project, and then we're going to mark the hood with a Sharpie, and so we know where it was, and pull the hood off and all that stuff. Pull the fenders off and put the new fenders on. We're going to have to pull this bumper off too, so I'm probably going to work on that now and get that out of the way and just keep moving along on some stuff here, and hopefully get Gunner to be quiet, because he's just wanting to bug me today. Gunner!
Gunner, shut your barker. Oh.
I don't know what his deal is. Alright, that's what success looks like, folks. We got the old starter out. And here's the new starter. So as you guys remember me saying, this thing is NV4500 swapped, so this should be a 2nd gen starter, because it's got a 2nd gen flywheel and all that stuff. So should work pretty good. The other one would hang up every now and then. Within the last within the last day, it started up fine every time. We didn't have to hit it with a hammer, but the truck came with a new starter, so we're gonna use it. So we're gonna put that in. It only had 2 bolts on it, so we'll see what the deal is with that. But if we get those tightened down good, we probably just gonna leave it. So it's coming along. We're getting most of the, I don't know, stuff that needed replaced done. This is more of like a want. It doesn't matter. It'll drive without fenders on it, but we're trying to get this stuff on it. This stuff done first, so it can actually drive and be legal, and not get them caught up in a parking lot somewhere and have to be banging on a starter with a hammer. This thing's gonna get a good power washing though.
I don't think it would pass inspection.
No, it probably wouldn't. No. Not with. We gotta get new housing and stuff for these, so. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that first time though that I went up there, it started up good the first time. I turned it off, went to start it again, it wouldn't do anything. We had to pound on with a hammer for like 5 minutes. But then now that I brought it home, it hadn't done it once, so.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also put a little bit of fluid in the slave cylinder. I don't know, I felt like it was a little low, so I topped that off, topped the brake fluid off. If we got time, we'll adjust the drums, but we're gonna worry about getting the fenders on after this. Since we fixed everything else, we'll be good to go. Alright guys, we're having a little bit of luck. So got the new starter in there. As you can see, Chase is working on that last inside bolt that is an absolute bastard to get to. And then after we get that on there, we'll hook up all the battery connections in the ground and whatnot. Make sure it works. But it is definitely hard to get to. That inside one sucks. I had the engine out and it was still a pain. And that's a 2nd gen starter, so it's a little tougher to mess with. So we'll see if we can get it. But after that, then we got all the maintenance and whatnot taken care of, and then we can get to the fun stuff. We'll pull the bumper off and then pull these fenders off and the hood off and kind of get some new parts on there, and it should look like a whole new truck, honestly. So we'll keep updating you guys as we go along. All right guys, so we got the starter in and it works just fine. We fired it up, everything's good to go. But I don't know, we keep looking at the brakes. The fluid was a little low for the drums, so we filled it back up, and it's still very, very spongy. So I don't know if that'd technically be a booster problem, but it also kind of feels like there's air in the line. So I don't know which the vacuum pump can be bad too. So we're gonna see, but right now, I mean, it'll stop. They're just super spongy. We'll figure that out. Whenever the truck's off, they're right there. So I don't know. You guys drop what you think it could be in the comments, but I'm not 100% sure right now without kind of looking over a few things. Gunner, I swear, you're ruining my YouTube video. He doesn't get it.
What, man?
But we're gonna pull this bumper off next and finally get to some of the cosmetic stuff, the fun stuff. So you guys can see it's been in right there. So we gotta take off all the bolts, pull this bumper off, we're gonna pull the hood off, and then we'll be moving on to the fun stuff, doing the fenders, the grill, all that. So just more progress on the first end today. Hopefully we'll get it done. All right guys, so we got the bumper off. Now we're gonna take the fenders and hood off. So right now we got a half-inch socket on the impact. We're gonna buzz both of these two off and then take the hood off and get that out of here. And then we're gonna start taking stuff off the inner fenders so we can pull the fender itself off and replace the fenders, because that's the fun stuff. Those bolts down there were pretty tight, but I ended up getting them all, and we're moving on to the next stuff. So I'm gonna get you guys on the stand on the table here and hopefully get you guys some, I don't know, some time lapse. the hood on and everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it. It looks really good.
Yeah. That's way better. We just gotta get stuff adjusted, and that takes a little bit of time, so it'll be all right.
I'm happy.
Yeah, we got rid of a lot of the rust. New grill. We're just gonna have to find stuff to make it fit right. We just need little clips for the other stuff. All right, guys. So it's dark. I got my dome light on here, but as you can see right there, the truck wrapped up very nicely. Chase was very, very happy with it, and I was too. The main part that I was not very happy about was the fit of those aftermarket fenders and aftermarket grill. It was not good. Me and him kind of agreed on that. It wasn't good, but with the parts we were dealt and it came with the truck, I mean, you might as well use it. But right now, the driver's door is catching on the fender, so obviously the driver's door has been sagging. It's rubbing on the bottom, so it needs some adjustment. So we will be back to adjust all the handles and make it right. But it's getting late and I have to be home. I need to be home like 30 minutes ago. So we're getting on out of here. But that is part one of Chase's truck, and we're gonna make like a what to look for whenever you're buying a first gen, because that was a prime example. I told him exactly what to look for and what to expect, and I mean, so we're just basically gonna go over that to kind of help you guys know what you're getting into. So yeah, it came together nicely. We got a bunch of stuff done. We got all the lighting fixed, with the minus of me breaking one of the turn signals bulbs, so he's got to go get another one of those. But we got all that fixed, and let's see, we got the new starter put in. We pulled the hood and the fenders and the grill and all that stuff off and put all new stuff on and adjusted some stuff, but we still need to adjust the rest of it. So in my opinion, that's a very good day. A lot of progress done. Got some rusty, very rusty panels off, and he's pumped with it. And I'm just glad that he's happy with it. Next, we need some chrome bezels for the headlights, and then the little plastic clips for the turn signal housing. We need to get some for those, so that one side will go in, and then he needs a turn signal housing itself as well, because he's missing one of those. But besides that, it's coming along great, and I don't know, it'll be nice to see how this thing comes along and what all he does to it and kind of takes care of it. And for as young of a kid as he is, he's only 15. He did the starter. He will actually work on stuff. He didn't expect me to do anything, so I was just there for a helping hand. And I did a lot of the fenders and stuff because I knew all that, but he did a good job on doing the starter and all that stuff. So good help. Pretty good 15-year-old, if you ask me. He's willing to work, and that's kind of what it takes. So we had a good day, and kind of breaking a kid into the first gen world, and hopefully get him set on the right track and get the truck running and driving, and that's all it needs to do. So that's going to do it for this time. Hopefully you guys like this video. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you're wanting to learn new first gen stuff, because it's coming all the time. We're doing all sorts of stuff with the old thing, so definitely hit the subscribe button, hit your post notifications, and that's going to do it for this time. So stay old school, and we will see you guys next time.